If you're looking to buy an Xbox, you have to choose whether or not you want to buy the Xbox Series S or spend a little bit more and get the Xbox Series X. So in this video, I'm going to try and make that decision a little bit easier for you. So if you've just stumbled across my channel, consider subscribing for two reasons. One, because my dog wants you to, and the other because we're on the road to 300 subscribers. So enjoy the video. So the first thing to consider when choosing between these two consoles is the price. If you want the full-size Xbox Series X, this retails for about £450, whereas the Series S only retails for about £250, and you can easily find it on Facebook Marketplace for about £150. So that means you can get 3 Xbox Series S's for the price of a Series X. The next thing we're going to discuss is the design of these two consoles. The Xbox Series X is a large cube, and when it first came out there were a lot of refrigerator memes. So it is just a large box, and it only comes in black, a vent on the top where all the hot air comes out. All the ports are on the back. We have 2 USBs on the back, HDMI, storage expansion, Ethernet, and on the front we've obviously got the disk drive and another USB port. There are no USB-Cs on this console, which is a bit of a shame. One thing that I do think is quite cool about this console is the vent at the top. If you look at it at an angle, it looks a bit green, which is very Xbox. Impressively, the Xbox Series S has almost exactly the same ports. The only thing on the front that it's missing is it has no disk drive. The biggest difference between these two consoles is the size. As you can see, this is much smaller, much lighter, and much more portable. So if you wanted, you could just shove it in your back. Let's go on a little adventure.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go game outside. What's this? Look how small it is. It's raining. Performance is where these two consoles differ even more, but you might be surprised with how much more powerful the Xbox Series X is. A way of measuring performance is teraflops. Just to put this in perspective, last generation Xbox One was 1.3 teraflops, and if you buy an Xbox Series S, that is 4 teraflops, but the Series X is a whopping 12 teraflops. So if you were just going off that metric, the Xbox Series X is actually 3 times more powerful than the Xbox Series S. So this is where game developers have to try their hardest to optimize games for both consoles. So the Xbox Series S has 10 gigabytes of memory to share between video memory and RAM, whereas the Series X has 16, which is quite a bit more. One more thing that's different between these consoles that I personally think is the most important and the most noticeable is the amount of storage these consoles have. So the Xbox Series X comes with 1 terabyte, and the Xbox Series S only comes with 500 gigabytes. A question that you may have is how different are the graphics between these two consoles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up both these consoles to my TV and we're going to have a look. So the first game we're going to have a look at and compare between the two consoles is the new Dead Space remake. So on the Xbox Series X you have the option to play on a quality or a performance mode. The quality mode will target 4K at 30 FPS. The performance mode will target 60 FPS at 1440p. So I've got it on the performance mode because 60 FPS is just a way more enjoyable experience. And this actually uses an upscaling technique, so I think it's around about 1000p that it's upscaling from. But this game looks very smooth, solid 60, and although it's not the highest resolution game on the Xbox Series X, it does look fairly sharp, and all the shadows look very nice. It's a very nice looking game. So we've just switched to the Xbox Series S and we're still playing Dead Space Remake, and we're just going to have a look at what the graphics look like. So immediately what's noticeable is that this is running at 30 frames per second. This doesn't have an option to run at 60, which is a bit disappointing. And the resolution of this game is less than what was on the X. So if you stood up quite close to a large TV, you will see that it does look a bit more fuzzy, and text in the background especially, you just can't read it. If I was to sit a couple of meters away from the screen, I probably would struggle to tell the difference. This game does still look very nice on this Xbox Series S. Obviously the frame rate is less, that's the main thing that I notice. But overall I can imagine it's still quite an enjoyable experience. And it's just worth noting that both of these consoles have the quick resume feature, which is very good. So to conclude, in 2023, which console should you buy? And there isn't a simple answer to that. If you want to save a bit of money, especially on the used market, you can pick up an Xbox Series S for a lot cheaper than the Series X, and it'll give you pretty much 80% of the experience. What you are missing out on is obviously the disk drive, the extra storage, and the high definition gaming experience. But if you're not fussed about that and you mainly just want to use Game Pass, then this is an absolutely perfect console for you. On the other hand, if you've got a slightly larger budget and you want a more capable machine with more memory and a disk drive, the Xbox Series X is perfect for you. And if 4K gaming is something you'll actually notice on your TV, then I'd probably go with the Xbox Series X. So I've been using this Xbox for about 6 months now, and it's still a very capable machine in 2023. So yeah, gets my recommendation. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.